Hello guys, Robert1 here, coming at you with another hand testing / combo video for you guys today. Now, obviously in today's video, as we always do after we release a combo deck on the channel, I'm going to show you guys some random hands that you can draw, some random combos that you can do in the new and improved hero deck that I released the other day. Now, this deck is still my favorite deck of all time. It's the best deck that I have ever played. In my opinion, like, obviously there are much better, higher competitive ceiling decks, but in terms of just fun and things that I really enjoy, nothing beats Heroes. And in today's video, we're going to be showing you guys what we got. We're going to show you guys what we can draw, we're going to show you guys what combos we can potentially do, and all in today's video. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this, because I really, really love it. And yeah, let's go ahead and cut the deck, see what random hands we can get, see what random draws we can potentially get, and just have fun with it. So, first 5 hands. Let's see what we can get in these first 5 cards, not hands. So, first card right off the bat is Rota. Good draw already. Fusion Destiny. So this is 1 card combo. Dusted Gold. Okay. Ash Blossom and Skullmeister. Alright, so this hand is very good. This hand is a very, very good hand in terms of potential plays you can do. Like, for instance, if you're going second, you've got the Skullmeister to go and head and negate any graveyard effect, and you've got the Ash Blossom to negate any add effect. So that's already really, really strong. And you've got 3 consistency cards right here in your opening hand as well, such as a 1-card combo, a Stratos that can potentially get you to a Stratos, and then a Dusted Gold to add you a Evil Hero, a Dark Contract, or a Dark Fusion. I forgot the name of the card. So you've got pretty much any of that, which is really nice. Dark Calling, that's the card. And with this kind of hand, in all honesty, the starting play that I think should be the most obvious play that you're going to do is pretty much Fusion Destiny. Now, we have to start off with Fusion Destiny here for the pure fact that, 1, our hand looks like this. So even if we do try to go into other plays, we could get, it's not going to do much, but if this gets hand trapped as well, you can still kind of play the game, because even if this gets hand trapped, then you still have the Rota to go ahead and search your Stratos, and then you can just discard the Dusted Gold with the Forest that you'll search with the Stratos. So we will start with the Fusion Destiny, and the Fusion Destiny will go ahead and send to the graveyard. It will go ahead and send to the graveyard a Malicious, and it would also send to the graveyard our Shadow Mist. And the reason we're sending these 2 is because we're not going to be summoning a Dystopia. We're actually going to be going ahead and summoning out our Destiny Hero Dangerous. And we're not going to be using Shadow Mist's effect, because the Shadow Mist effect wouldn't get us anywhere, so there's no point in actually activating this card's effect. But what we're going to do now is, because of the current board we actually have, we're going to go ahead and use the Reinforcements of the Army. And the Reinforcements of the Army is going to go ahead and add from our deck to our hand, wherever it is, the Liquid Soldier. So now we have the Liquid Soldier, we have the Dangerous, and we have this. So we've got the Liquid Soldier. Now we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Liquid Soldier, and we're going to declare its effect, which will special summon the Shadow Mist from the graveyard, and then we're going to use Shadow Mist's effect to go ahead and search a Mask Change card. Go ahead and search Mask Change. And also, guys, just to let you know, the reason we're doing it this way is because this kind of way of doing it plays around Nibiru. Because if you go ahead and just add the Mask Change now, and you haven't made like the Cross Crusader or anything along those lines, then you basically just play around the chance of your opponent having like a Nibiru. Because, like, what, we've summoned 1, 2, 3 times, so we've already guaranteed the 3 summons, the 3 times that we can summon. And then we've got the Mask Change for our opponent's turn to go ahead and make a Dark Claw, or something else as well. And something really good with this kind of board that we've got right now is that if you really wanted to, you could go ahead and just use the Destiny Hero Dangerous to go ahead and discard a card, such as like the Skullmeister or the Ash Blossom, to go ahead and send a Destiny Hero card to the graveyard. Because what this card actually does is you can use a quick effect to go ahead and discard 1 card and send any Destiny Hero monster from your hand to the graveyard, from your deck to the graveyard. So if I really wanted to overextend and not play around Nibiru, I could go ahead and do that, send a Dangerous, and then go ahead and make Cross Crusader, and then just do that way. But we're going to actually go ahead and play into that, actually, because I kind of want to show off the combo line that you can actually do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and link these 2. sorry, we're not going to go ahead and link those two yet. Skipping plays. We're going to go ahead and use the Destiny Hero Dangerous effect, and we're going to discard the Skullmeister, because this can only affect things in graveyard, and our opponent wouldn't have had a turn yet, and we don't know what our opponent is playing. So if they're not playing Drytron or anything along those lines, then this is going to do nothing to them. Plus, the Ash Blossom stops 90% of the stuff that we're actually scared of. And we're going to go ahead and send to the grave, as I said, our Destiny Hero Dangerous, wherever it is. So we send the Dangerous to the graveyard. And then we're going to go ahead and link the Liquid Soldier and the Destiny Hero Dangerous into the Cross Crusader. And then the Cross Crusader is going to trigger. And we're going to go ahead and summon back the Destiny Hero Decider. Decider will then trigger, so during the end phase we can go ahead and add one hero card from monster from our graveyard to our hand. And then the final thing, we're going to go ahead and do the Destiny Hero Cross Crusaders effect, which is going to go ahead and tribute the Decider. And this is kind of where you can choose to go differently. Like, if you really wanted to, if you wanted your 5th summon, like, to not play around the Nibiru for some reason, then you could just go ahead and add from your deck to your hand the, wherever it is, the Destiny Hero Plasma, and then go ahead and summon the Mali from your graveyard, well, from your deck, by banishing the Mali in your graveyard, and then just go ahead and summon the Plasma, but that's not good, so we're not going to do that. What we're actually going to do is, we're just going to go ahead and add the Honest Neos from our deck to our hand, and, or actually, if you really wanted to, instead, you could go ahead and get the, Stratos as well, if you really wanted to, because like you have different options of routes you can go down. So legit, honestly, if you wanted to play the long game, you would go ahead and get the Stratos, because that would give you guaranteed protection. Or if you wanted to play the game that would be, you know, like, I just want to make sure Dark Lord doesn't die, then you can go ahead and add the Honest Neos instead. It's really up to you. We're going to go ahead and add the Stratos to hand, because that would be the last card we do. And then we're going to just go ahead and set the Mask Change in our Spell and Trap card zone, and then we would just, actually no, you would, the last thing you would do is actually the Adusted Gold, just so you can get that brick out of your deck of the Dark Calling as well. And then your last play of the turn would actually just be to resolve your Decider to go ahead and add to your hand a Liquid Soldier from the grave. Or hell, you could actually add other cards as well from your grave to your hand. You could go ahead and add back the Dangerous to your extra deck. You could go ahead and add the Decider, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it excludes itself. No, it doesn't. So yeah, you can actually do that. But basically what we end on with this is, we end on Mask Change with this, so we can go ahead and guarantee a Dark Claw. We've played around Nibiru fully, so we've only summoned 4 times, being the Dangerous, the Liquid Soldier, the Shadow Mist, and this. No, we summoned 5 times, my mistake, because we summoned the Decider back. But if you wanted to play around Nibiru as well, because if this did get Nibiru, say if your opponent logically Nibiru'd this, then you could just go ahead and banish the Mali as well, and then the Mali would just go ahead and say, oh, cool, I now have the Dark Claw still. And instead of doing this, he would just go ahead and instead of adding the Stratos back, you would just go ahead and add, sorry, instead of adding the Stratos, you would go ahead and just add instead the Honest Neos if you felt like there was a Nibiru in your opponent's hand. So pretty much, we've ended on a very good end board. We've got the Dark Claw guaranteed, which is alright, but this is not the strongest board you can end on, obviously. There are much stronger boards you can end on in Heroes, and we're going to go ahead and see what else we can end on, because obviously that was just the first hand, but like, it's the first one. You never know what you're going to end on if you try other hands, so we're going on to the next hand now. So next hand, we'll see what we can get. Obviously that hand was pretty much just focused upon the 1-card combo, which wasn't bad. Like, we technically did it with 2 cards, but it's, you could have done that with 1, to be completely honest. You summoned just this out the same amount of times, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're going to continue. So we're going to go ahead and go on to the next hand, all shuffled up. And let's go ahead and put the deck to the side and draw. So 3, 4, 5. Cool. So first 5 cards, and now this hand is technically really busted, because you've opened 3 hand traps, which is not the easiest thing to do when you're playing 6 hand traps. And you've also opened Hero Lives and Mali. So this hand is technically insane, but it is very susceptible to an Ash Blossom, because if this hand gets ashed, you are screwed. But if you're going second, this hand's insane. Like, what would we draw if you go second? Fusion Destiny if we go second. So the hand would be absolutely insane if we went second. But going first, this hand is very weak. So pretty much what we're going to do is, this hand is very easy to play as well. All you got to do with this hand is start off with the Hero Lives, and then Hero Lives is going to go ahead and summon straight from the deck your Stratos. Stratos is going to trigger. It's going to go ahead and add a Forest from your deck to your hand. We're then going to go ahead and use the Forest effect, discarding the Malicious to special summon the Forest. Forest is then going to trigger. Like, I know I'm talking kind of fast, but this is pretty much what you would do. Forest is going to trigger, and you're going to put the increase in the spell and trap card zone. You're then going to declare the increase's effect to go ahead and tribute the Forest, special summon the increase, and then increase is going to trigger to summon the Vion. Vion is then on summon going to trigger, which is going to go ahead and send a Shadow Mist to the graveyard, wherever the Shadow Mist is. There it is. And we're not going to use the Shadow Mist's effect, because using the Shadow Mist effect would stop us from being able to get Mask Change to our hand. Now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and declare the effect of Vion to go ahead and banish our Vision Hero Forest, and we're going to go ahead and banish it from the grave to go ahead and search a Polymerization to our hand. Now, it's very important that you get Poly. Poly is one of the most important cards in Heroes, and Vion being able to search it is just so good. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we got the Polymerization in our hand now. We're then going to go ahead and link the Increase and the Vion to go ahead and summon the Extra Hero Cross Crusader. We're then going to go ahead and use the effect of Cross Crusader to go ahead and summon the Malicious from our graveyard, and then we're going to use the effect of Cross Crusader to go ahead and tribute the Malicious, and search from our deck to our hand a Elemental Hero. Where is it? An Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier. Like so. Now, we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Liquid Soldier, and then Liquid Soldier is going to trigger to summon back the Elemental Hero Shadow Mist from the grave. Shadow Mist will then trigger as well, which is going to go ahead and search from our deck to our hand the Mask Change, which is going to give us everything we could ever want. And then after that, we're going to go a bit further as well. We're going to go ahead and use the Polymerization now, using the Elemental Hero Absolute Zero, Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier and the Elemental Hero Stratos in the OCG known as Airman. And we're going to go ahead and special summon from the extra deck our Elemental Hero Sunriser. So we can't, sadly we cannot use the effect of Liquid Soldier because we did use its effect to summon from the graveyard, but nonetheless the effect is still good and we're still going to carry on because we're going to go ahead and actually use the Sunriser's effect now, which is going to go ahead and add from our deck to our hand a Miracle Fusion. Did I go past it? No, I did not. So we're going to go ahead and add the Miracle Fusion from our deck to our hands. Polymerization is in the graveyard. And then the final thing that we're actually going to do is we're going to use the Miracle Fusion. So we're going to activate Miracle Fusion, and we're going to go ahead and banish the Liquid Soldier, and we're also going to banish the Increase, because, well, actually, no, we won't banish the Increase, we'll go ahead and banish the Vion, because the Vion is the least usable card there. So we go ahead and banish these two, and we're going to go ahead and summon from our extra deck an Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. So pretty much what we've got on the board right now is we've got a 22 Cross Crusader, we've got a 31 Sunriser, we've got a 31 Absolute Zero, and we've also got a 1600 attack Shadow Mist that will go into either a which will go into a Dark Lord during our opponent's turn. And we've also got 3 hand traps in hand. We did all of this with 2 cards. We did this with a Mali and a Hero Lives. Hero Lives is busted, and it's understandable how you can get to this kind of end board, but opening the Mali, if the Hero Lives got ashed, it would have been very unfortunate, and would be very unfortunate if it did happen like that. But this is pretty much the kind of end board you can end on with literally 1 to 2 cards, so it's actually very understandable. And during our opponent's turn, we've actually got a really good board for the fact that we've actually got 2 options to go ahead and Mask Change during our opponent's turn. We can either go ahead and just make the Dark Lore as we want, putting it over the Shadow Mist, so we can go ahead and banish all of our opponent's cards. But if we're up against more of a control deck that doesn't really rely too much on the graveyard, that is an Eldritch, obviously, like say it's like Autogeist or something along those lines, then when our opponent goes ahead and sets 5 or sets 4 and has a monster on board potentially, then all we've really got to do is Mask Change and then turn the Absolute Zero into an Acid. So then we go ahead and clear all of our opponent's monsters and also all of our opponent's back row. So this board actually gives you 2 options, and if our opponent attacks anything other than the Sunriser as well, then we get to kill whatever we want. So pretty much this is a very good end board. You've got 3 hand traps to kind of interrupt your opponent. You've got the Absolute Zero and the Shadow Mist to go into either an Acid or a Dark Lore. And that's actually a really solid end board. Obviously, it's not a Plasma, because Plasma is also really good, and you could have ended on a Plasma instead if you really wanted to. Like, you don't have to end on the Dark Lord all the time in Heroes, because Plasma is also a very good option to go into as well. But This is just the option, the route that we took and the end board that we got. Literally, if you wanted to make the plasma, you just go ahead and summon out. You go ahead and just summon out the Mali with its effect, and then just go from there. And you can also do stuff like that. But it's literally, this is the end board that you want if you're going for Dark Claw. Like I chose to go Dark Claw that route. You can also go Mali in plasma if you ever want to. But that was just this second hand. We'll go ahead and do one more hand test, because of obviously I normally just do 3 hand tests. If the hand is too quick though, or it's a unplayable hand, then we'll just stop there. But not bad for an end board with heroes. So let's see if we can actually go for a board that is literally just plasma. That will be plasma plus some other cards. Hopefully we can, because it really depends on what hand you do draw. But honestly, it's still really good. Like, there are also hands where you can very rarely end on a Plasma plus a Dark Claw, and when you end on Plasma Dark Claw, it feels so good. But it's not an easy thing to do, because you need to not only get 3 monsters on the board to tribute, but you also need to end on a way to put the Dark Claw on the board as well, which is kind of what I struggle with when trying to get to that point. But anyway, let's get into the hand. Let's see what we can draw, and hopefully it'll be pretty good. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. So well, right off, we open the Mars Chain, so we don't need to worry about the Shadow Mist effect anymore to go ahead and search it, so that's pretty good. A Dusty Gold again, okay, that's not bad. Forest, that's already really good. What is this? What is this? This is insane. Okay, we're going to have the ultimate end board here. Let's go. So we start off with the Hero Lives. Hero Lives is just going to go ahead and instantly summon the Stratos from our deck, wherever the Stratos is. Where is it? Where's my Stratos? There's my Stratos. So we summon the Stratos from the deck, and then we're going to declare Stratos' effect, which is going to go ahead and add a hero from our deck to our hand. Hero we're going to add from our deck to our hand is going to be the Malicious, because the Malicious is the best one to add here. Pretty much. Like, what the hell is this hand? Like, I'm going to end on such a good board, man. No! But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and use the Forest, discarding the Mali. And then we're going to go ahead and special summon the Forest, and then the Forest is going to go ahead and equip an Increase. We're then going to go ahead and tribute the Forest and special summon the Increase, and then Increase is going to go ahead and special summon the Vision Hero Vion. Vion is going to go ahead and send Shadow Mist to the graveyard, wherever the Shadow Mist is. Where is it? Now we're going to trigger the Shadow Mist effect. We've got the Mars Change. We can use the Shadow Mist effect. We're then going to go ahead and add from our deck to our hand a a Destiny Hero Plasma. Pretty good so far, right? Right? And now we're going to go ahead and use the Vion's effect, which will go ahead and banish the Forest. We're not adding it to hand. And add the Polymerization from our deck to our hand. So we go ahead and do that. We're then going to go ahead and link the Vion and the Increase together. And actually, no, we're not going to link the Increase this time. We're not going to link them both. We're going to go ahead and link the Vion and the Stratos. And there's a specific reason for this, because we're going to go for a specific end board. And we're going to go ahead and get the Cross Crusader and summon it to the board. We're then going to go ahead and use the Cross Crusader's effect, which will go ahead and summon the Malicious from the graveyard. Where is it? It's there. And then we're going to go ahead and instantly tribute it to go ahead and search from our deck to our hand a Liquid Soldier. Wherever the Liquid Soldier is. Where is it? There it is. So we add the Liquid Soldier from our deck to our hand. We're then going to normal summon the Liquid Soldier, declaring its effect to go ahead and special summon Stratos again. So we're then going to use the Stratos' effect, which is going to go ahead and add from our deck to our hand another hero monster. We're going to go ahead and add the Elemental Hero Honest Neos. Not bad so far, right? We've got a pretty good board. Now, there are 2 things that I really don't want to do right now, but I have to do one of them, and it's going to be going ahead and using Polymerization, which is going to go ahead and fuse the Liquid Soldier and the Honest Neos. Like, we don't need the Honest Neos, it's just added because we can do it. But obviously that could have been any other hero monster. I should have added probably a Faris instead, but we added that, so it's done now. But we're going to go ahead and summon the Sunriser. And then the Sunriser will go ahead and trigger its effect, which is going to go ahead and add from our deck to our hand our Miracle Fusion, wherever it is. Where is Miracle Fusion? Why can't I see it? There it is. It's at the bottom of the deck. So, continuing on. We're going to go ahead and then, now that we've got this kind of board, where we've got like these on board, we're actually going to go a bit further again. We're going to go ahead and use the, See, there's two things that I can kind of do here, but I'm not sure if I want to do it. We can go ahead and just instantly use the Miracle Fusion, or we can go ahead and just instantly summon the Plasma. But honestly, I feel like the best play is just going ahead and using the Plasma, tributing these 3 monsters to go ahead and then special summon out the Destiny Hero Plasma. And then we're going to go ahead and use the Miracle Fusion, which is going to go ahead and banish, yeah, the Liquid Soldier. We always have to banish the Liquid Soldier. It's sad. The Liquid Soldier and also the Vion, which is then going to go ahead and summon from our extra deck the Absolute Zero. And then we're actually going to go slightly further. We're going to use the Fusion Destiny. And Fusion Destiny is going to go ahead and send from our decks to the graveyard the other melee, because we don't actually need the other melee. And also, the Destiny Hero Decider to go ahead and summon out our Destiny Hero Dystopia. So, pretty much, what is our board currently? Our board is absolutely insane. Our board is pretty much just an end board with a mask change. We can also go ahead and use the Adusted Gold effect as well to go ahead and grab us the Dark Calling for next turn. But our end board is literally this. It is a Plasma Sunrise that's boosting everything by 600. A Dystopia that can go ahead and pop, and also burn our opponent, because we would burn our opponent for 1600 damage when we summon the Dystopia. And also the chance are either a board wipe or a Dark Claw. Because guys, what some of you might be thinking, yes, this hand took 5 cards to make. This was a 5-card hand. But we used the majority, well, it was a 3-card hand technically, because we opened the Mask Change and we drew the Adusted Gold, and we used the Fusion Destiny as the last card. But this hand, this board, is actually one of the best boards heroes can make, for the pure fact that on this turn, on your opponent's turn, you're going to have access into Absolute Zero to go ahead and go into an acid to nuke your opponent's board. You have a Skill Drain on lock. You have a Dark Claw on lock, guaranteed. That's also going to be a pop, because you can go ahead and just use this at any point in time, target opponent's card, pop it, and then after this is used as pop, just go ahead and use Mask Change to turn the Dystopia into a Dark Claw. And you've also got something, if your opponent attacks any card on the board, it's fine. You know why? Because if they don't attack this, I get to pop a card on board. So I've got technically two pops, one guaranteed, one potential. I've got a Skill Drain to negate my opponent's entire board. I've got a board wipe on lock, and I've also got a potential Dark Claw on board as well. So this hand is literally was the nuts. This was the nuts. This was the absolute nuts. And even on next turn, we've got access into Malicious Bane. Like, I could summon it now, but that would be a terrible idea, because if you do get Nibiru, then you're going to want to go ahead and use the Dark Calling as your last card. So, guys, legit, that is an insane board. This is pretty much one of the best boards you could potentially make in Heroes, because, like, legit, just ending on a board that has Dystopia, Plasma, Absolute Zero, Sunriser, boosting everything, and Mask Change. That's absolutely insane. And this is also OTK. Like, this is legit. Like, this board here is what? This is 3,400, 61, 6,500, 9K, 1,200, and 1,200, 12,100. That's absolutely insane, guys. But hey, what do you think though, guys? Did you like this video? Do you think Heroes have some insane combos and some insane plays? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Guys, this is obviously my favorite deck to play. I just wanted to showcase to you guys some interesting combos, some interesting hands that you can actually do. And thank you so much for watching, guys, because showing you guys these combos, you guys watching and supporting me has honestly made me happy. And in the new year, showcasing my new heroes is one of my happiest things as well. Really enjoy them. Gonna make more content on them, so please keep out for that. Also, if you want to see a control build, just go ahead and say in the comment section below, because I do have a hero control build that focuses completely on the elemental heroes, plus masked heroes as well, because obviously you do that. But it's a build that's really good as well. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the links in the description, my Twitch, my Instagram, my new Discord server, for all of you to go ahead and ask me questions and anything along those lines. And I will see you guys in the next one. Roll that one, signing out. Charmander, thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later all.